Alright, let's do this.
Do you ever wonder if your gut instinct is faster than AI at saving a life? Seconds matter in dispatch, so which one really wins? That's coming up next on TiPS, Today in Public Safety.
Welcome to TiPS, Today in Public Safety, your go-to podcast for today's breaking stories and public safety news. Here's your host, Fletch, with today's tips.
Welcome to TiPS, Today in Public Safety. This is Fletch. I'm a certified NENA ENP, and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday each week, I bring you the latest, most informative news about public safety and next-generation 911 services and solutions. Today, we're talking about AI versus gut instinct. Who wins when seconds count? The fear of the unknown. Sure, AI feels scary, kind of like the first time you're driving in the fog. It's new, complex, and very few of us actually get how it works. Then there's the social media panic. Every keyboard warrior with a laptop is out there spreading doom to get clicks. AI is taking over your job. Well, they're not helping matters. Think of it this way. AI is like a razor blade, dangerously sharp if misused. But with guardrails, it gives you a smoother shave than grandma's old straight razor. It's about efficiency, not replacement. Sure, AI could replace repetitive work, but the smart use of AI makes you more valuable, not obsolete. Imagine your contractor insists on pounding nails with a shoe instead of a hammer. You'd probably laugh. But if they bring a nail gun, they're smart, because that's an evolution in tools. Nobody ever banned hammers. They just adapted. As a matter of fact, I found over 40 types of specialty hammers online. If you're in public safety, think about your shift. Think about every repetitive digital task. Think about putting those tasks on a button that does the busy work. Classic, helpful tech, not sinister AI. So way back in the Stone Age, I did plate checks like this. Answer the radio, write down the stop, then go to my DMV computer, SCICQV period, NJ0191800 period, LIC/123ABC period, LIS/NJ, enter. That got me state wants and warrants and a DMV lookup for the vehicle information. Then I take the owner's name and manually run that info, looking for a similar address and a driver's license. Then I would take the driver's license, run that again, and if the registered owner was driving, I gave the officer the license information. Now, when I enter the stop, the plate's in CAD, and everything's automatic workflow from there. No running to the printer, no retyping information, just efficiency. Units get info faster, response improves, and everybody is happy. My squad was so happy I was doing all that extra work, they used to camp out in the highway sweet spots. I cranked in those plate checks manually, fingers screaming, even while the phones were blowing up. That was a mind-numbing grind. AI will also spot trends, even little ones. Today's AI can spot very subtle event patterns. Human brains, easily distracted. AI's is all zeros and ones. There is no gray area. Trends literally jump out at you. Then there's the human fallibility. Look, we miss stuff. We see it every day. But AI can also have bias or glitches. And that's what requires that special balance. Also remember that humans will win emotional reasoning. And that's where jobs will be preserved. You'll always need humans for compassion and a moral nuance. AI is a calculator, so humans still decide the formula. AI just does the math a whole lot faster. Remember the old movie War Games with Matthew Broderick? The message there was computers are fast and logical, but it's the human insight that really matters. So the lesson is to trust tech, but trust yourself too. And remember, real-world data shows that AI-assisted dispatch cuts response times, boosts resource coordination, and creates a more functional, safer environment. That wraps up today's episode of TiPS, Today in Public Safety. I hope the podcast was educational for you and that you learned something new. If you like what you heard today, remember we're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And be sure to drop a like and tell your friends. And while you're at it, why don't you leave me a comment and let me know your thoughts and ideas. And if you have any questions or want to suggest a topic of your own, just reach out to me on social media at Fletch911. Who knows, maybe your idea will be at the core of a future podcast. Thanks so much for watching, and if you're in public safety, thanks for what you do every single day. This is Fletch. Until next time, take care.
You've been listening to TiPS, Today in Public Safety, your go-to podcast for today's breaking stories and public safety news. Hosted by Fletch and available every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on 911tips.com. That's 911tips.com. Be sure to like and subscribe, and remember to join us each week for the latest on NG 911. I am Spider Harrison, the official 911 voiceover dude. Catch me on Sirius XM on various channels, including 90s on 9, the 10 spot, and on the Weekend Countdown on Hits 1. Or don't regret it for the rest of your life. Either way, I'm good.